What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today's video, I have a story time for you guys. If you guys would like to see some more story times, make sure you smash the like button and hit the subscribe button for more great quality story times. I upload them every day except for Saturday. But like I said, I have a story time. So today's story time is gonna be different from the rest of them. So far I've been telling kind of short story times. They've been doing good, but gotta switch it up every once in a while. So now I'm gonna talk about the time where these people tried to stab me. So this story time takes place last year. And let's just hop into it. So I was 14. I wasn't living in Philly, but I was visiting Philly. So it was me, my cousin, it was me and my cousin, like two of my friends, and then like some of his friends. So we was deep. And one of his friends was like, "Yo, let's go to the park or whatever." So I was like, all right, cool. So, we we go to this park, and when you get older, the park is more so like a hangout place. It's not really like, it's not like, oh yeah, we going to the park, I can slide down the slide. No, it's like more of a, okay, like we can chill here, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what we can do. So yeah, so we we go to the park, and when we go to the park, you got the little kids running around, the moms sitting there on the phone with the baby dads, and they yelling, and, so we just sitting there, we looking at stuff at the park, we laughing, chilling, bow, movie, vibe, and yeah, so my cousin, so basically, I live on 55. My cousin lives on 56. Both of them blocks are like this. It's just 57th. Both blocks don't like. So, what do you think happens? 57th Street people show up. So, it's like this kid and like a couple of his homies. You can tell that they're like, they're on something because they say they're giggling at everything. And yeah, so, yeah, he was walking like this with his homie. So they sitting there, and then he pointed like at us. So my friends was like, yo, like what is he pointing at? Like what's going on with him? So he basically like, yo, like we ain't trying to start no trouble right now, but y'all know y'all not supposed to be on this block, right? What? And the reason we didn't really do anything was because, bro, like, it was our block, and there was only two of them, and they was kind of drunk. So I was just like, you know what, just let them slide. They basically start going around the park or whatever. They call up one of their bros. They bro bring another bro, so now it's four of them. It's like 9 of us, it's 4 of them. So, what's it called? So one of them basically noticed me, but I didn't notice at the time. But one of them noticed me and was like, hey, it's that boy. Now, y'all remember the crazy party fight story, right? Yeah, remember that? The guy in the crazy party fight story, the first guy to push me, he basically he basically remembered me, cause that was him. That was the guy who pushed me. So he was like, "Oh yeah." So basically, he called my name or whatever. So I looked, and the homies was like, "What's going on? Why they still here?" So I'm like, no. It's cool. Just let me go see what you want. So I I basically because I wasn't sitting, but I was like on like this bench thing, like you know like this, like so I was leaning on it. So I get up, I start walking over or whatever. And as I'm walking over, I see like how he turned to one of his homies and like start whispering to him. So then like I remember I just like stopped and I was like go down because like that doesn't usually happen. Like when you walk into somebody, they don't usually say that. All right, like they don't do that. I was like, what's about to happen? So I walk over. Yeah, I keep walking over, but like my homies is high key like following me or whatever over there, just to make sure nothing crazy happens. So as I'm walking over there or whatever, I just remember I got there and he was like, "Yo, like, um, basically what he was saying was, look, since I know you're the coolest one out of the group, I figured like, you know what I'm saying, you would show us to the corner store or whatever." Mind you, bro, it's like a corner store in every block. Literally, if you just keep walking in a straight line, you'll hit a corner store eventually. But, you know, I wasn't thinking like that. I was thinking like, alright, they not on their own block, so they don't know where the corner store at. But like, mind you, I wasn't packing or nothing. It was just me. So I'm like, alright, you go up the street, whatever. I'm sitting here high key like walking with him too. Like, I'm like, yeah, you go up the. But before I could finish, one of them like rushes me into an alleyway. Like he basically he grabbed me almost like a wrestling. What the fuck in this alleyway, dog? But he like rushed me up against the wall into an alleyway. So when he did that, I was like, no, they were trying to jump me. They were just trying to get me away from the people I was with. But like I said, so my homies was following. So bow, like my Tech was in the last story time, and he's in this story time too. Me and him are dummy close. Wow, Tech ran so fast and Molly walked one of them. Now when he hit one of them, the other one kind of like tried to grab Tech, and he was trying to like fight him off or whatever. And like a couple of my cousins' homies and my cousins were coming to try to get me. So while I'm sitting there, I noticed that the guy who called me over, he reached in his pocket, he pulled out like a switchblade. Then he looked at me. When he looked at me, I'm not gonna lie, my heart started racing. I was like building up adrenaline, because at first I was just like, alright, they tried to jump me, like, I can't wait. I'm gonna just, like, I'm gonna just, I want to punch him so bad. But now, it was a completely different situation. It was, nah, he was trying to stab me and leave me here in this alley. So hopefully I die so he can get like a rep in, on his street. Hey, I killed this one. Like, so I'm like, whoa, like. So he he's like walking towards me with the knife or whatever. As he's walking towards me with the knife, no joke, I just remember like my cousin's little homie, he was like 9 years old, jump up, like hit him in his face, but he didn't fall. So he all right. So look, he like stumbled this way. My cousin, boom. So then he like fell, and then I remember they just like they beat the brakes off Bull. Like they was sitting there like like stomping his face and like not stomping his face. They were more so like stomping his torso and stuff. But his little homie just kept hitting him in his face. His homies was down the street already by now. Like they did not have his back. They sat there and ran like. So they sitting there, woof, 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 woof. Like they sitting there, blah, blah, blah. So eventually, like somebody in the neighborhood noticed what's going on, and they're like, "Hey, hey, y'all get off that boy. Y'all get off that boy. So, we look, and then that's when we book it. And we book back to my house. So I think it was either my house or my cousin's house. But I remember it was like some family member. So we booked. No, it was my cousin's house. So we booked back to my cousin's house. I tell like I tell his mom because we're only related because my uncle is my mom's brother. So his mom is not related to me, but I consider her, family. So basically like he told her what happened, and she was like, "Oh my God, like don't go back to that park. It's too dangerous." And like one of my friends had like a little scar or something. So apparently, like when he pulled the knife out, 'cause there was a period of time like where I didn't know. Basically, he already pulled the knife out when like everybody started running up, and he like kind of like slashed my friend. But he was trying to slash like right here, but my friend went like this when he slashed, so he slashed his arm, and it was bleeding. So his mom basically called up like the kid's mom was like, "Look, I'm about to take him to the hospital. He just got slashed. Meet me at the hospital." So they zoom off to the hospital. Meanwhile, I stay behind because like basically my cousin like told them about how they were targeting me. So like his sisters and stuff, they were like, "Look, like like you like no, you gotta stay right there. You stand right here." So I was like, "All right." So I talked to them about the situation, and like they were like, "Wow, like this is crazy." Like cause it technically is crazy. So I'm like we talking about the situation or whatever, and yeah. So the at the end, it was what it was. I mean, like I wouldn't say it was a W for me, but I also wouldn't consider it an L. It was just an experience that sadly just happens a whole lot. But yeah, after the whole thing took place, I wound up staying the night over there because they like seriously were concerned that if I went to go leave the house, that they would try to catch up with me and stuff. So in the morning, I got picked up by my friend. He took me home. Yeah, that was it. That was it. I just enjoyed the rest of the weekend. Hung out. So yeah. If you guys like that story time, make sure you smash that like button. Subscribe for more quality story times. And turn on post notifications so you get notified when I do drop a new story time. And see you guys in the next video. Woo!